Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome, Rebecca and Barb Hartman. Let's say Ta Shelby.
Ta.
Hello there. I made fun of you during that show.
I
Dee
know. I
Crosby,
saw that.
Lorna, Liana. Welcome, Liana. And we got Roger Blair, Dee Crosley. Hello there. Well, is everybody starting to stack up in here? Hopefully, everybody's having a good Friday night. And look who's here. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Heidi. Hi.
So,
Hi.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, I found a new case, but to work on. So I don't know. I think I'm kind of scaring her. Hey, Clayton, Karen, welcome. Chastity, are you in the comments? I don't know if you're watching. Let me give her a shout out. I'm live. Are you in? And I'll explain. So I actually, right before the show, something told me to go to my phone and look at my Facebook account. And when I did, welcome, Tammy, I found possibly a case to work on the code cases, missing person cases. So I was kind of a short introduction. I reached out to her on Facebook because we're friends, allegedly. So I'm like, hey, I saw something. And my name's Grizzly Chris. And I told her who my real name is. And I want to take on her case. So if you're listening, just let me know that you're watching. You can send me a PM on my phone or send a message in chat. Just let me know you're here. And if you are, I'll explain how the code cases works and what the team does and how we work on things. You know, I do apologize, Chastity. It was a short introduction on the phone, but like I said, I was getting ready to go live. So if you're listening, just let me know one way or the other, and I will resume on and explain. And Cath is on the team. Michelle is part of the team as well. And we'll explain what we do and how things work and see if we can take the case on and help you. Welcome, Brian Barber. Nice to have you, Lorna. So what's going on with you ladies?
Michelle? No, I'm not allowed to interrupt or go.
Ta! Ta! That's what the Australians do, right? Ta.
No.
They're palms.
No, only Cath does that. Ta.
Oh.
Ta, which I thought was a form of thank you. Ta.
No, that's a smart aleck remark.
I didn't realize I did. I did that.
That's what that is.
Hello, Jean. No, that's here. Ta was short for thank you.
Yeah, TAH.
Yeah.
What kind of language is that?
Ta. Yeah.
What kind of language is that?
That's global.
Australian.
That is not global. Ta is not global.
Ta.
Oh, yeah.
Ta.
It's the baby ate my dingo language.
Yeah.
Whatever. So Shelby, if you go underneath Grizzlies on the Hunt, and you can click the podcast and find Unbelievable from UK, and that's where you see Darren's show with EMF. So I got your message. Hey, Russell Easterbrooks, welcome. So a very interesting case that we worked on tonight. Yeah, very involved. We were still in Bardstown, Kentucky on another case. So hopefully we get some resolution to that family and friends. My heart does go out to them.
Yeah, same. There's so many people hurting. Yeah, Macca's.
Very traumatic community.
Yeah. And so tight knit, it's all icky.
Yeah. One of the psychics, the new one, told me a message that she needed to take a bleach bath. That's how gritty it was. And I try to tell people that work on these cases, right? It's kind of hard for them because what they see and what they feel and go through. It's not like everybody, just watching the show. So,
well, especially like that last one had 7 connected to it.
Yeah,
so
it was very intricate.
Yeah, and as soon as you hooked into one, you felt sick. Then you hooked into another one, then you felt sicker. And so it was really hard to stay in business mode, to continue the whole investigation.
Oh, okay. Let's switch gears. Chastity is live now.
Okay.
So Chastity, I'm Grizzly Chris. I gave you my real name. I'm retired law enforcement. So I've got some years in law enforcement. And what I do is I look at missing person cases, cold cases, unsolved murder cases. And Bob and I, we put on a show and we try to find resolutions and bring people that may have knowledge and try to get them to come forward. So what we do is we take a case and we will showcase a case on a Friday. That Friday, I'll dedicate an hour and some minutes to it, and we'll cover any information that you have on the case, um, news clippings, news reports. You can come on and talk if you want. It's up to you, or you can watch. Then the second week, the following Friday, right after that show, I have a team of psychics that I work with that are around the world. And some of them work with law enforcement in agencies and some remote view dowels, whatever techniques they use. But what I do is I take just a picture to my Cath and well, I don't say anything else. And they do whatever they do with their abilities. And that next Friday, the following Friday, Chastity, um, I bring down each person that took the case because they have an option to work it or not work it. And they introduce themselves and they provide information that they received from that photograph that I presented to the panel or board. And each person will go through the case and tell you exactly what they get, the information, all the stuff. We have some of them that provide sketch artists of possibly suspects and so forth. So it's very intricate or intricate. I say it's an interesting part, but it's very detailed. And I'm sorry for the short notice because I was going live on the show when I was trying to introduce myself. So I do apologize. I know it didn't make any sense coming out of the gate. But that's what we do. And something told me, hey, Thomas, to reach out to you. And that's what I did before the show, before we went live. So everybody said, hello, Chastity. These are our regular family members in the group. But I would like to take on your case and work with you, if possible, on your situation. I just felt moved and touched. So you can come on and say anything else you want on the show, or I can talk to you after the show and text you and message you. But that's what we do. And Kat and Michelle, you like to add anything and say hello to Chastity?
Hi, Chastity.
Hi, Chastity.
Don't be shy. Like, it's a really safe place here. Like, it's anxiety free. There's no judgment. Nobody's right or wrong. It's all shared information. So yeah, welcome aboard. Good to have you.
Yeah. So that's what I do for people and families and friends. And we actually work with law enforcement agencies too, if we get credible information. But I'm just throwing it out there for you. If that's something that I can provide and help in your situation or team, then I'd be more than happy to take you on. Once again, I do apologize for the short introduction and brief message before the live show. Like I said, I had a show I have to do. So welcome, Chastity. So now, birthday girl, Todd, didn't even show up to her own party.
Yeah. Talk about a fizzer.
Nah,
I was like, wow, where's she at?
that was not
very
good.
sad.
I had to drive into the middle of Yowie land just to get internet, just to get it rolling, and then I ended up with a hole in my windscreen.
Chastity says, I appreciate you reaching out to me about my sister. I'll message you and we can talk more. Absolutely. And I don't want to talk about anything, about the case on here, because if these two are going to work on it, they don't have no information at all on anything about any cases. They go on, everybody on the psychic panel goes into it blind. No information, no state, no nothing, just a picture. But like I said, if you need validation, you can ask anybody in the chat what we do. I will also provide you my YouTube page to where you can actually go, Chastity, and see other shows and cases that we worked on. And you see the format that we lay out. in what the people with abilities do to help people on cases. So I'll send that to you while Cat's talking. Yeah, I didn't even show up to their own birthday party. I was like, what the hell?
I felt terrible. And now I still feel terrible.
And I told everybody, we're not canceling the show. We're going on. I'm just going to poke her.
Poke me. You poke me, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm really touched. I can't talk about it because I'll have to get Stan to stop me blubbering.
That's funny.
So happy birthday to Brian.
No blubbering necessary.
I can't help it. I was so touched. Like, it means a lot to have real people around. You know, like real good people.
Yeah, it really does. But we did miss you. But we did have a rant. Chastity, I sent you the YouTube page so you can check it out. So, like I said, we'll talk. And once again, I apologize. So, I was telling Kat for the show in the green room, I was like, man, I'm probably flipping this girl out, you know? He's like, what? What's going on? And I'm trying to talk and get on the show, but we're here. And Kat's here, Michelle. So what's going on in your all's world?
Ooh, it's raining here at the moment.
In Australia. Interesting.
In Australia. The weather's up and down like a yo-yo. What else? So much goes on. I can never remember from 1 minute to the next.
I don't have much going on. But this week I had fun. My first fun for weeks because I had to sell my car, so haven't had a car for about 5 months. Anyway, a friend of mine's got this Merc camper van, and he brought it round. We've got to take it down the coast. Anyway, I took it for a burn. It was so much fun. But guess what it's called?
What's that?
Grizzly. Really. I'll take a photo of it. It's got this Grizzly written on the side of this Merc van. You ought to see it. I couldn't believe it.
That's funny.
Yum. But other than that, I think I've sold the house. But I don't have anywhere to go yet. But bit by bit, see what happens, you know.
Well, I had a doll before the crime show, right? Like kamikaze jump, and it scared the bejeebers out of me. I about fell over my desk chair. So I told him, if you start acting up, you're gonna get soaking wet. And I was like, that. So I mean, look, I still got my holy water right here. Don't make me start squeezing it everywhere.
I don't think they're gonna like that.
But yeah, that kind of flipped me out. You know, ever since I went to work on the printer, I'm afraid to work on the printer now, the thermal printer. So I have to rearrange the dolls again. So I'll have to talk to them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. They want a little apology for being grabbed.
And grabbed and tossed.
Yeah. Not impressed. But, you know, I had a little talk to them, told them that, you know, you couldn't help it. It was one of those things you had to do quickly, blah-de-blah. And they're all like, what's the word? Reticent? You know, this kind of.
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. Someone did not want to be grabbed. No grabbing.
No, this is the one that fell.
What happened to a head?
Behave.
It wasn't like that when I bought it. It came shipped like that. And I was like, oh, it was not happy. But that's the one that just jumped.
Okay.
Oh.
And they're up there.
Sight of them gives me the heebie-jeebies, creepies. Hope they didn't hear me.
Do you want to watch?
She came off with force, yes. So,
jumped.
Thrifty Cowboy.
Yeah, they've been jumping and rattling the table and really
being hit you on the head.
I'm going to do like I did the last time, tape them all together so that way they can't move.
He was trying to hit you on the head.
My Gorilla Tape's gone. Oh, there it is.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can't forget my Gorilla Tape.
No.
What do you do with that?
Well, remember, I went out in the woods and put it on trees, and it disappeared. And a whole row I unraveled disappeared.
No
and nothing
fluff.
was on the cameras.
Nothing.
No. Like, I mean, you see me putting it out there, but you never see anybody taking it down. You see me go up to it, and it's not there.
That's bizarre.
They must be using that for something.
Jeez.
Well, I was thinking it was going to be on my back
What?
door.
My
You'd
mind
think it'd
boggles.
make a noise, or you'd think there'd be something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
cowboy
Grizzly
all
always
that
pissing
jump.
the dolls off. They're
Yeah.
very pissed off with Grizzly.
Hey, Jim's camera. Don, where have you been? Welcome.
They just tried to hit him on the head.
So,
Yeah, they're a bit naughty, but we love them.
yeah, they have been acting up ever since the dolls have. And
But
it's
you can love them.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to make friends.
biscuits.
They're a
Hey,
bit
Mort.
vicious, these ones.
Welcome, Mort. I haven't seen Mort in a while, too. Hope you're doing well.
They know you're lying, by the way.
I know.
I know. I'm getting ready to slip the hell out of them. So,
Scary. It's going to be a scary show if you start involving dolls with broken heads and red eyes. God knows what else you're finding up there.
as long as I don't hear voices, I'm okay. Welcome, Sarah Brown. Welcome to the show. Oh,
Righto.
yeah.
All right, what are we doing, Cath?
Let's do the card, and we'll let the girls have a little siesta.
Oh, Lord.
No, really, this is very appropriate. Today we have the dolphin.
Ooh,
It's beautiful. Okay,
let's go play.
here we go.
Splash.
Mana, M-A-N-N-A, the energy. Dolphin speaks to us of the breath of life, the only thing that humans cannot go without for more than a few minutes, except for you and I, Grizzy. We can live without water and food for days, but oxygen is the source of our sustenance. Within the breath, we encounter the rhythm of energy that all life emits. In changing the rate or rhythmic texture of our breath, we can tap into any other life form or creature. This is a very easy way to connect with divine energy coming from the Great Spirit, as well as with your own personal rhythms. Dolphin is the keeper of the sacred breath of life and teaches us how to release emotions through dolphin breath. Dolphin creates rhythm, swimming through the water and breathing before submerging, then holding its breath for the duration of underwater travel. As dolphin comes about water again, it blows its breath out in a manner resembling the popping of a cork. We can use this same technique to pull the stopper on our tensions and create total relaxation. It's a really good method, this. This is a good exercise to use before entering the silence. Mana is life force. Mana is present in every atom and is Great Spirit's essence. Dolphin teaches us how to use life mana through our breath. It revitalizes each cell and organ and breaks the limits and dimensions of physical reality so that they may enter the dream time. Dolphin was traveling the oceans one day as Grandmother Moon was weaving the patterns of the tides. Grandmother Moon asked Dolphin to learn her rhythms so that he could open his female side to her silvery light. Dolphin began to swim to the rhythm of her tide weaving and learned to breathe in a new way. As Dolphin continued to use this new rhythm, he entered the dream time. The reality was a new and different place from the seas he had known. Dolphin came to discover underwater cities in the dream time and was given the gift of primordial tongue. This new language was a sound language that was brought by Spider from the great star nation. Dolphin learned that all communication was pattern and rhythm, and that the new aspect of communication was sound. He carries the original pattern to this day. Dolphin returned to the ocean of the Great Mother and was very sad until a whale came by and told Dolphin that he could return to be a messenger to the Dreamtime dwellers any time he felt the rhythm and used the breath. Dolphin was given a new job. He became the carrier of messages of our progress. The Dreamtime dwellers were curious about the children of Earth and wanted us to grow to be at one with Great Spirit. Dolphin was to be the link. Sorry. If Dolphin has appeared to you today, frothing through the waves in your spread, you are to be a link to some solution for the children of Earth. This can be a time when you are to link with Great Spirit and bring answers to your own questions or to those of others. In addition, this can mean a time of communication with the rhythms of nature. You're put on notice to be mindful of your body rhythms and the patterns of energy being fed to you from the Creator. Imitate Dolphin and ride the waves of laughter, spreading joy in the world. Breathe and experience the mana so freely given. Break existing barriers and connect to the dream time or the great star nation. Know that we are all whole in the eyes of the ever-living one. That's pretty cool.
So I need to teach the dolls dolphin.
Hey?
No, it's ta.
Come on.
Ta. She does it all the time. She does it with me. She even just sends that to me on Messenger. Ta.
Ta.
It's like, dang gone. Come on, girl.
You know, when I lived overseas, in Syria, I was teaching English. You can imagine. This guy says to me, "What's a funny bunny?"
Oh my god!
Because I say, "Oh, you're a funny bunny," and this guy says, "What's a funny bunny?" So, I feel sorry for you all.
I bet we got a lot of people in Syria walking around going, ta, ta.
They go, "Oh, Cath." Yeah, I had a bit of a prang one night there. I was coming home at 5:30 I was going out actually at 5:30 in the morning. We were hungry, and there was this really soft rain just coming on in, and over there's dust. There's always dust, and sand everywhere, so it's always slippery. When it first rains. Anyway, this night, my mate and I were going downtown to have breakfast, 5:30 in the morning. And I came along, I was driving along in Dad's car. You can just imagine the company car. And this dog ran out in front of me. So I hit the brakes and slid into this telephone pole. The telephone pole came down. It was the police force of Syria. I knocked out the whole of Aleppo in one hit. They all came rushing out with their clashies, whoa, but they had to behave because Dad was really high up. Anyway, they took us in. My mate was all cut. They got out this needle like this, stitched him up, and said, made all these phone calls. But it knocked out half of Aleppo's, the whole communication systems. I know. And then the next day I had to go home and explain to Dad. The car was a write-off. But, oh, dear. That was fun times.
What did the subject say? Ta!
Yeah.
So.
I think that's more like the tisk, tisk, tisk of the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, dear.
So I watched, I sent Cryptic Cowboy and Brian Barber a short little video. I was like, I want to try this. I ain't going to tell you what they were doing. But it was like something that you can picture me doing at nighttime with night vision goggles and animals that do not belong somewhere. It was pretty wild, wasn't it, Brian Barber and Cryptic Cowboy? Can you see me on the back of that truck doing that? So, yeah.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Night vision goggles are a wonderful thing, aren't they? We've caught our resident fox walking up and down outside the fence, trying to just teasing the dog, like, just like, no, you can't get me. Walking up at 3:00 in the morning, walking up and down.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah, not good. Yeah, after he's been in the neighbours feasting on duck or whatever. So
yeah, Barbara, I listened to you the show too, the clip.
Yeah,
you would die laughing because you will see me do this. I actually wanted to reach out to the owner that put that video out. It's like, how can I partake in this? So
I'm a bit worried about this. Yeah, happy birthday, Brian.
Brian, happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Brian.
Brian. Happy birthday to you.
Pity we can't sing.
Now, I'm not going to spank you, so don't even start blushing. Now he's laughing. Why are you always laughing at me, Brian?
We actually have a tradition in our family that we ring each other on our birthdays and we sing
what
happy
the heck
birthday.
is ringing?
The worst happy birthday on the phone.
Oh,
because we live at different ends of the country, and we sing the worst happy birthday we can possibly do, and it's got that bad that we we don't answer the phone so we can record it on the voicemail so we can listen to it over and over again because it is really bad. You imagine Dory,
Yeah.
from the cartoon singing happy birthday. It gets way worse than that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My family was like that in church. All the boys would stand, we'd all sit together, and all the boys, as soon as they started singing, I couldn't stop laughing. So we had to sit in different, pews so that we wouldn't pew ourselves.
Did you do that? Did you remember the one we used to always do as kids, like happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. You look like a monkey and you smell like one too.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Still do that one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Most people don't like that one. But that's why we sing it to them.
That's right. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I just got that bad. My niece, she turned 21, and I sent her a heap of silly gifts, on the messages, and I said, "Do you want me to ring and sing you happy birthday now?" And she goes, "No, but the gifts are funny." Spoiler.
Interesting.
You act like one. No, we're saying you smell like one.
Yeah, so, smell like one too.
Yeah.
Hip hip hooray.
So we had this guy, Brian Barber. Remember that video I sent you? We got this guy, and I felt sorry for him. My heart goes out. He's got Tourette's, and it's really bad. And if you've never been around somebody with Tourette's, it will scare the living jeepies out of you when it happens because you're not prepared. I damn near wrecked a car once. I didn't know I was getting ready to hit something. And this son recorded his dad and put it out there on YouTube. And he is like, he made history. I mean, you will laugh so hard. Ain't that right, Brian Barber? And I sent it to him one night because I know he needed a little oomph, a little laugh, and a little cheer up. And when one of the detectives out of Texas sent it to me, I tried calling him, and we couldn't talk for like 37 minutes. We every time we look at each other, we were so hysterical, our stomachs were hurting, and we were in tears. Yeah. So it's terrible that the son did that to his dad, but it's funny as get out, especially the remake of it. And but it's awful. I can't believe people do that to their parents.
What did they do?
They recorded one of his episodes, and then they went back and remixed it and put some music videos with it, and just it is awful, but it's funnier than hell. But it's terrible because it's belittling his dad. So, but I'm not going to give away the gist of it. But it's funny. It is mean, Barb. But you can't, and I guarantee you, nobody can watch that video without dying of laughter. I'm sorry, because I tried. Even when I go back and watch it, I still can't watch it.
You're both giggling now. It must be good.
Yeah, I know. Just it is. It's funny. Brian says, I hope they at least gave Dad a cut of the profits for that video, right? So, and I watched another one today, Brian. He tried to call customer service. Now, I felt bad for him to get help. And, Tourette's people, they use foul language just out of nowhere. You'd be talking, and it just jumped. I just hurt my neck.
Ow.
Sorry.
And they just jump like that and just scream a word out. Hey, Colleen Yates, welcome to the show.
I have Tourette's, but we call it potty mouth here.
Potty mouth?
No. Tourette's is where you try to have a conversation and they just scream at you words.
Yeah, no, that's me.
So, yeah, please send that one. Yeah, and I figure Brian want that one. But, I mean, I just felt sorry for the people. And then they show them in a drive-thru. And they're like, what in the hell? They're like, you can't talk to me like that. And he's like, rah, 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 rah. And he's screaming in the speaker, and the kid's just filming his dad, and he's hollering at his son, stop it. But anyways, thank you, Colleen. Yeah, it's awful. Hey, what's up, Grandmaster? You wearing your helmet tonight?
It might be a good idea.
Helmet, right? No telling with him in the chat what we're going to do. Yeah, Rebecca, you better get the tow truck in line.
Yep. I was all primed up for that day. I had thongs. I had different things already. You know, I had different language.
No, you got to explain, because if Chastity's still watching, she's like, what?
Oh, okay. Chastity, you better bunker down.
She's talking about flip-flops. That's what they call flip-flops in Australia. If you're watching.
Or
Grandmaster.
Because we do the international shows, sometimes our language tends to cause a bit of havoc between the Poms and the Aussies and the Americans. I have to speak properly, but yeah, we have a lot of fun. The language, like, you know, when you say naked. When Stan makes me laugh when I'm going to cry, he says that you're knackered.
Why is that fun?
It's funny because what it means over here.
Naked.
Yeah.
But naked, not naked, yeah, not naked. Not naked.
No, but when you guys say it, it sounds like knackered. And that's got a totally...
Yeah, that comes from the knackery. The knackery is where they send animals to be abattoir, knackery. Yeah, so when they say I'm knackered, it means like I'm done. I'm finished. I can't go any further.
Yeah, that's what Colleen just said in the UK.
Yeah, tired. Yeah.
No, we're right, Cryptid. We're right. Don't worry.
We're not naked. We're not naked.
No, we're not naked.
Oh,
we're knackered.
Lord.
Yeah, we're knackered. The same
I know Darren from EMF. When I was talking to him when we first got together, he was like, bro,
naked.
We're gonna have to sit down and talk. He goes, if we're out at a pub or whatever they call a pub over there, he said, we'll get our butts handed to it. We would get in a fight. And I'm like, for what? I just asked you a question and I replied. Why is that going to start a fight? He goes, you can't say that word over here. That means you're ready to get down. I'm like, get down on what? And he's just laughing. He's like, yeah, we're going to have to educate you. He says, your all's language and our language, certain words don't mean the same. I forgot what I said. It was just a word. And he like, bro. And I'm like, what? He said, you can't say that. I'm like, why? Say what? I'm like, and I'm trying to figure out what I said.
Pigs in a blanket. Yep.
Yeah, and the day we talked about Russ.
Yeah,
pigs in a blanket. Oh, it blew his mind. We had a Wienermobile driving around the United States. He was like, what? And he just froze on camera like they're punking me.
But you imagine Michelle trying to explain wieners and things?
Wieners?
Yep.
Yeah, it's same thing with, I mean, pigs in a blanket. They were like, what?
Do we actually call them wieners here? We don't, do we?
Not those sort of things we don't. Other things we do.
We call them little boys.
I'm talking about the Oscar Mayer wieners.
Frankenfarters. Yeah, we're talking about the same thing, Grizzy.
Oh.
And Savaloys. Savaloys are the big boys, and
no, those are ballparks.
And there's little boys. And they're called Cheerios. At the supermarket, Cheerios.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Colleen. Yes.
Yeah, there's sausages. There's a Frankfurt, a Frankfurt. Then there's we call those Frankenfarters. And then you have the tiny little ones.
Different sizes, Cath. There's three.
Yeah, the tiny little ones are those cocktail Frankfurters.
No, those are little
what
weenies.
You call. You call those weenies. Wieners.
Yeah, little weenies.
We call those cocktail Frankfurts.
We do. Cocktail. No, we call them little boys.
So what do I get somebody in the audience or in the crowd before I place an order at a restaurant? Be like, this is what I want. Ask them.
No, we'll just make them for you at home. It might be a lot safer.
Oh, Brian, I still can't get Lola out of my mind on that. The scientific definition of that. I was dying.
Brilliant.
I was like, and she's just going on. I'm like, everybody's like, what in the hell?
And she's so calm about everything too, isn't she? Just explains it like monotone. Like this is the way it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No emotion, no inflection, just, well, this is it.
Yeah. And we're all in shock because she's like a Webster dictionary, like, you know what I'm saying? And she's like giving a full scientific explanation.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting here like, what?
Wait till next week. She's doing this course at the moment, this cranial new technique. So it'll be interesting next week.
Really?
Yeah. The scientific
No,
definition.
Dean, there is no way, no, I could not plausible explain the way she did it. I can't even paraphrase it because we're all in shock. Did a proper definition of what this is, and she went on, and we're like, "What's she doing?" I mean, we were dying. We didn't want to embarrass her because she was being professional.
Yeah, she was.
She's
Just
always
trying to
professional.
keep us out of the canyons.
So I mean,
she kind of
I
put
got
a jetpack.
messages for days. I'm surprised somebody didn't clip that and like put it on YouTube and like. Anyways,
It was so funny though. Like, and what Russ said. Lucky no one heard that.
oh, I know, I did. I just played ignorant.
Same
So,
here. But boy, I was trying hard not to laugh. It was so funny. Oh,
Well,
good on you, Bob.
You know, he has been really sick.
Yeah, I
But we
know.
haven't been doing shows. I got to reach back out to him. So
He had to get some new medicine. The medicine's
Yeah.
mucking him up.
yeah, he's
Poor
been
darling, he's all
been-
alone
been
over
pretty
there.
bad.
Yeah.
But you know, with people that we deal with across the country and the world, I learned you got to be careful in what you say because just like with Russ took a hard time in the beginning. Be like, "What'd you say?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What I said? I just told you." He's like, "That's not nice." You know how Russ is. Chris, Grizzly, that's not nice. I'm like, "What's not nice?" He goes, "What you said," and then he had to tell me the explanation. So yeah, I hope he gets well too.
Yeah. Poor baby.
Yeah, but the Wienermobile really. Then the cars that drove themselves in America, he couldn't. He was like, "No, shut up." He didn't. He thought we were playing a joke on him.
I know. I was translating on the side, to keep him okay.
I mean, when we told this guy that we have cars, vehicles that pick people up like a taxi cab, it ruined his life. I mean, he was distraught. He was like, "What's this world coming to?" He's like, "I'm not going to get in one." He said, "Yeah, you will." He's, "No, I won't. I'm not going to have no car drive me around." What they do?
And a big wiener. When we showed him the car, Michelle, you should have. Oh, poor thing.
I mean, I know he had nightmares.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
That is a nightmare, that car.
and they got a driving test, ladies and gentlemen. They have to take that on a course to get certified to drive that around the country. And it's a high honor to drive the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Don't make me laugh. My chest still hurts from being sick.
Imagine telling your mum and dad, "Oh, guess what, mum and dad? I've got a new job." "Oh, what is it, darling?" "I'm driving a humongous wiener around town."
Poor Colleen. My aunt's from USA, and when I talk, she's like having kittens starting to say her Hail Marys. I feel sorry for those rosaries. I bet they're wore out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they might be melted. See, the girls are happy now.
Irene, soon will be my mom's late birthday. You know, I feel so bad, but I'm going to buy her a slice of cake for her. And that's another thing I did not realize. Her tradition. When members of the family or people pass, they bring them food to the cemetery. So, and I didn't know, because I was like, you know, and I'm like, you do that over here in America, all the homeless would be fed. So. You know what my daughter did? Listen to this,
That's a
Irene.
big saying here.
This
Yeah,
is
let
let me tell you what
sucker
Joey
to
did.
stab.
You're going to get a kick out of this. So we was at the hair salon, nail salon, right? Getting her nails did. And we're sitting there. And, you know, most of them in America, there's certain ethnic backgrounds that do them, right? And they have a temple with food and incense and all this other stuff. She said, Dad, what is that? And I was like, you never seen one of those in front of people's houses and businesses? That's like, that's why they're in there. It's a ghost house. And Irene, tell us what a ghost house is. I want her to tell us what a ghost house is. And a lot of people don't know what they are. And it's sacred. And so after I told her what it was, she stands up and walks over to it. And I'm like, I was like, don't you touch it. Stay out of, don't you move nothing in that. She opens up her purse and takes out her ex-boyfriend's picture and puts it in the very back. And I was like, oh, you did not do that. She's like, I was like, no way. I was like, unbelievable. So I don't know if Irene's typing, but what is a ghost house? Let me see if I can get the definition if she ain't typing it. Ghost house.
Did you just say fair sucker the sav, Michelle?
Yeah, it's not fair sucker the sausage. It's Australian is fair sucker the sav, as in the saveloy, which is a sausage, but it's fair sucker the sav, not fair sucker the sausage.
No.
Look, y'all made me hit a wrong button to copy this. All right.
Oh, yeah, we made you do it. Yeah.
You got to hit the right buttons, Grizzy.
Yeah, we're good at making you do stuff, Grizzy.
So a ghost house.
Okay.
It says right here.
Listening.
A ghost house is a spook house or ghost house. Ghost lore is a house or other building often perceived as being inhabited by disembodied spirits or the deceased who may have been former residents or otherwise connected with the property. Okay. Now it is an offering, sacred offering to the gods too, as well. And it keeps out evil spirits from entering your dwelling. So the thing is that a lot of people in Japan and China have these outside their homes or businesses. So she put a picture in the bag. And
So
bad things happen to her.
To do what? What would that do?
Happen.
Bad things happen?
To him, yeah.
Like a voodoo doll thing?
I'm not going to get into it. I don't. If you never seen that, watch the movie Ghost House. Yeah, she said.
No, I do not.
Tradition.
I do not watch ghost movies or paranormal.
This one will flip you out. I've seen the movie, and it keeps out bad juju. Yes. So, yeah.
But wouldn't just a normal altar, in your house do the same deal?
I don't know. I don't believe in that stuff, and I don't want to try to find out either.
Well, every church has an altar.
Oh, yes.
And that's for blessings and offerings.
You have to Google that, Colleen. Let me see if I still got it up. Ghost House.
Is it a movie?
2017. Yes, 2017 is when it came out. So, I don't get it. Yeah, no. So she sacrificed her ex-boyfriend as an offering. Is what she did. Yeah, you burn incense, she says, and bring food for the gods to eat. Yes. So.
Oh, my God.
You know Shelby ain't watching because she would have done made a comment.
Yeah.
She was, but now she's not. So. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. Nobody else saw it either. I was just like, you did not. And the way she chuckled, it was like evil.
Yikes.
So, Roger Blair, who are we going to call? That's right.
Yeah. Ghostbusters.
But I heard they're coming out with the new Ghostbusters too. So it's interesting.
Maybe they'll have some girls in the team.
I put the girls trees yesterday. I put them up when the leaves fell. They look pretty catchy. So,
and Chris Hemsworth played the dumb secretary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who's the Aussie? Aussie.
There you go, Colleen.
Yeah. So, yeah. Ghostbusters 3 was girls.
Oh, my Lord, Rebecca.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she probably said peace.
You're not going to realize until you watch this.
Hey, Derek.
How we just got ourselves out in time then.
They burn. I didn't throw holy water deworm, so. Irene says she put her picture in there. That could also mean that he would either get sick or worse or lose his life. Don't tell me that. I'm not driving back to Lexington to get it out. It's been in there for a while. Because if you look at this ghost house, you will not see it. That's how well she placed it. So, yeah, it's awful.
It's.
I'd be concerned if I was you.
But all of us.
Yeah, I mean, she could just get a picture of you and stick it there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's funny, I've been going up for the trial for the implant, right? For the spinal implant procedure. And you had to take a psych test. And the lady got on there and it was a video chat. And she was like, I didn't get to tell you all this. She was like, how are you doing today, Mr. Grizzly? I'm like, doing fine. She said, tell me a little about yourself. And I was like, well, I said, I do Bigfoots and ghosts and everything else. And I'm into the cryptids and the paranormal. And she just went. And I was like, oh, no. I'm like, gotcha. And she was like, oh, you scared me there for a minute. And I was like, uh-oh, recover mode. So I ended up passing. Yeah, she told me. But she told me I scared her at first.
Funny
she had that look like. I was like, uh-oh, she is not one of these ones you can joke around with. But when I said, psych, gotcha, she started laughing. She said, you had me going there for a moment. I thought, oh, hell, I don't believe that chance. Terrible, isn't it?
It is.
Stingray, welcome. Nice to have you. Been a while.
We're Aussies, not Poms.
So...
I was just going to let him live with the fantasy of that.
Fantasy of what? Did I miss something?
Yep.
We called us British ladies.
Yeah, they thought we were Pommy girls, ladies.
And what do we say to that, Cath? Ta.
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 Crack me up.
Any
Can you hear the rain on my roof?
What's a palm?
It's a pommy, a British person.
We call British people in Australia Poms.
We call Americans
septics.
Yankees.
Septics.
Septics, yeah.
You know what a septic is?
Correct.
Yeah, all this shit comes out of their mouth.
And it's
Michelle.
No.
Sorry. Crap.
No, the other thing is like wherever there's.
Hello, Ward. Welcome.
Sewage. Sorry. Oops. I told you I had potty mouth. I can't help it.
Oh my Lord.
But that evolves into something worse because you say wherever there's a YANK, there is a TANK.
A tank. What's that mean?
Wherever there's a yank, there's a tank.
Yanks.
It's very naughty. It's
I
very
won't
bad
go
of
into
me
the
to say
definition
it.
of that. It's not very nice.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, okay. Skip that. I'm just mucking around, world.
Lorna says, I thought you meant a palm. It's a New Zealander.
No, they're Kiwis.
Yeah.
Irene says they call them those people. Wow.
Whoa.
Those people.
Oh, no.
Got
They're
the Tourette's.
vicious.
It's contagious, Sarah Brown said. That's funny.
I have Tourette's.
Oh, no. We're picking on them now. Sorry.
I'm not making fun of Tourette's people.
No. Me too. I'd love that as my next car. No mucking around.
I could not
Oh,
see
yeah. Way to go. Change the subject.
Okay. The tow truck going to get you. Okay. You might need multiple cranes.
Wow.
Do you want to look at the maps, Grizzy?
I did. I looked at them.
Do you want to look at them online or not?
Yeah, I can bring them up.
Can you block out the names because it's confidential for the naming?
No, I can't. I can't do that online. Hey, Lily, welcome. Nice to have you. Wait, wrong button. Wait a minute. Hold on. There we go.
See?
Hitting all the wrong buttons now.
You wait until you play this back. You'll get what I'm going on about.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'll get messages. Be like, Cat's at it again. Ta.
Ta.
So.
Ta. I say tar.
So we do have a new
Not TAR either.
thing that we're going to put you all on the last show. You all saw your all's faces on the missing persons cases and code cases. You were all sitting there like, oh, on that Monday at 9:00 p.m. we're going to be doing something different, and you're all like,
yeah.
It was funny to see your all's faces when I said that. So
I was wrapped.
yeah, I'm blushing. I'm turning red. I feel it.
Yeah.
So.
But when you go red, I grow red.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Okay, Barb. But there's no... Okay.
So. Oh, that thing. I was talking about the code cases. No, yeah, but no. So tell them what you did.
For this? Okay,
yeah,
you know...
what you're referring to.
Yep. Well, I've been up to mischief, as usual. And when I get up to mischief, I'm bored out of my cotton-picking minds. So, but I cannot get rid of this Hertz business.
It's not true. It's the middle of the day, Rebecca.
we don't need much alcohol.
Well, I've got popcorn for the Cath show.
You're going to need it with these maps that I've drawn. What I did was...
Right, it's chips, actually.
Oh, lovely.
But I'm a bit worried about the crunching coming over.
Chris, help. Okay, so what I got up to was I've never done any totally blind maps of other people's land that have families of footies and sassies. So I decided I'd do one out just for fun and see what happens. So I had to set up like a whole lot of questions, as I do. This is the real one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's big. That's why it's hard to... Can you pull it up or not?
There you go. Wow.
That's one of them. The other, I'll just quickly show you. This is the third one I did.
Wow.
And this one is another one. This one's a bit of a mess because I've never done it before, so I had to fine-tune my techniques. But anyway, it's really hard to show it like that. It's not confusing. It looks confusing, as always with me. So what I did, I set up some questions on the left. I set up the land because I have no idea what the land looks like in real life. So I just made it a square. Then I put a center dot for the center of the land. Jean, I'll do one for you too. Yes. So what I did, because in my mind, I've still got this Hertz business going on. And I'm always thinking about you guys and the cameras. So always in my head, I'm trying to figure out, what's going on with these different shots. Your little white furry friend. And then we have our big dark furry friends. Then we have our little tiny baby ones and all of that. So I wanted to figure out what was going on. So I divided the pages up into quadrants. And north on the top, south, east, west on the sides. Then I had a set lot of questions. First of all, I had to find out they're misbehaving, Grizzy.
No, send us a picture of your butt and we'll find out.
What? Grizzy, where's Stan? Okay, so what I did was I got permission. We'll have to cage you two.
I just did.
Oh, jolly good.
I took her off the air.
He did. He tossed me out. So if I misbehave, do I get chucked out? I could use this too much.
No.
Continue on. I'll just mute her.
No hand signals.
Yes, he does.
Time out. Okay, so I've got to pretend to be serious here. Seems it took me about 8 hours to do this. Okay, so first I got permission from the landowner and any of the critters that lived on the land and the land itself. Because of the American Indian side of things, I've got to be very careful with whatever I'm looking at or trying to describe. So, what I did, first of all, I had to figure out what was on the land. Were there Bigfoot? Were there sassies? Were elementals, doggies? So, first I doused that to find out what was on the land, each tree. Then I recorded the hertz. I tried to record the hertz for each section to figure out what was going on. Then I found any portals on the land, and like they show up. You can tell. Like, it's hard to show you on this because it's so big. I found the portals. I found out what type of energy the portals had, whether it was negative or positive. Then I went around and I found all the forestry areas. Then I found areas, the highest point on the land, as in like mountains. Then I found the highest energy source. And then I found the highest energy output and located those on the maps. Then I found out whether they were malevolent or not.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. And then main energy source. Then I started marking out areas which were dangerous, not to go there. Or if there was any area that was dangerous, I had to find out if you could go on there or not with permission. In some of the areas, you were allowed to have permission. In other areas, no way. Don't go there. There was only one map that had one area that no way, don't go there. All the rest, you have permission and it's okay. I asked permission for where to put the cameras, if it was okay to put the cameras up in certain positions. That was okay. There was one area they didn't want the cameras there at all. That area turned out to be a bathing private personal area that they didn't want anyone filming. That's their private business. So that blanked out one area. And then I put in all the water, if there was any water anywhere in any of the quadrants. If there was any quartz, I marked out if there was any quartz or gold on the land. And then I marked in where they travel, as far as they'll travel. Oh, it's hard going backwards. So that I could tell who traveled with whom. Like, if there were sassies and footies, did they travel together? Did the elementals move out of their area? A lot of the time, no. Then I broke down the families, which is really interesting. And the direction of the cameras. The direction of the cameras in all three of these maps go from low hertz to high hertz. So on this one, the cameras are facing straight. Oh, it's so hard to hear. They're all facing a different direction, whereas all the other cameras, I can't do it. Hang on. See those arrows?
Right.
They're all the cameras and the way they're facing. Whereas this one over here, oh gee, it's hard. This one here, all the cameras are facing the other way towards this. And then on each map, I've put the ideal location for the best possibility of having a successful photo. And there's only two spots. Like, there's one spot on each map where there's the ideal position. And then the other cameras that I've laid out are just in general, get as many shots as you can possibly get. But each quadrant, I marked off energies, whether it was positive, negative, and the hertz. All the hertz around the portals, because what I had to do is I had to figure out the lowest hertz on the property and the highest hertz. And then I had to break it down for each quadrant because they changed a lot. But wherever the portals are, they're high hertz in the 2000s or over.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Where the elementals are, low, very low hertz. And then when the with the cameras, they're in the different quadrants, like in this one with the orange on it, and all the arrows going to the west, that they're going from a 700 hertz to a 2000 hertz. On the other map, where the portal is, there's two close together there. The same thing's happening here. They're going from, this one's a low hertz, to 700 to 2000. And then the other one, this is for the cameras, setting up the cameras. This one is this is BB. It goes from very low to 2,500. It went from 100 to 2,500 hertz. That 100 was a negative energy portal. Interesting. And then the area that they're not, like, there are some areas that you can't go. Some in one map, it's because it's an American Indian site. And I had trouble with that because I tried to find what tribe they were. And in one situation, it was the Mojaves, but the Mojaves supposedly weren't in that area at all. But then I did a lot of research on it because of the original tribes. I'm thinking, I don't understand. So I kept going back, all the way back to the original tribes, which went back, interestingly, to those moon kind of face people. And they look like a white sassy. I sent you the video. It's very interesting. There's something.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, no, it'll click in your head when you see that. They even look like it. And in that photo of yours with the white, it's almost identical.
Really?
Yeah. And the evolution of them, it's very fitting. It blew me out when I saw that. But because there's one area there that definitely no go. Absolutely no go. If you go there, you need to have a really, really, really reputable shaman that knows exactly what they're doing, because it's sacred ground. And it for me, this is the main point on this map because of the age of the history. It's not a recent tribe because that tribe of mine, that's not where they usually go. So I had to back through history to see how they were connected. I could be wrong. I'm often wrong. Who knows? But I don't like these moments when I think, no, I don't understand. So I'll go back as far as I can go. I drive people nuts.
That's interesting.
It is. And it was interesting where they traveled. Like on the first map, they've got a definite route that they take. And the elementals would only go a certain distance. Whereas on the second map, the elementals, they didn't move. They just stayed in that area. But the elemental areas are all low hertz, negative energy.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And then with the other ones, like the other portals that have got like the 2000 hertz, they are positive areas. And there'll be a tiny little negative area to one side of it. It's really interesting. Then I found caves where there were cave entries. And then I found whether the portal was like an exit or an entry or both. So I did all of that. And then with the quartz and the crystals, it's all gelling.
Oh,
like
you still
really
muted.
good.
I'm sorry. I thought you was
No, I muted myself because I had some canine activity. Because the neighbors are doing something. But I got that it's not a Native American site.
Oh, okay.
It's actually ancient sacred site.
Yeah, way back, like
Ancient,
way back.
And then someone said, which I'm not aware of this stuff, but he said white Bigfoot elders, and I got a positive for that.
Yeah.
So definitely. Maybe, does that resonate with you? Because when he said it, I got a positive on that. Sorry.
Yeah, because the original, these moon face ones, I've forgotten what they call them, moon something, they look like they're white, and they were talking about the polar bears being white, and oh boy, it fits in with yours, Grizzy.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I went, as soon as I saw it, I went null and void, like, ugh, look at that, amazing, like so interesting. But the other thing that was amazing was the breakdown of the families. Like on the first map, I found that, like, I might not be right, who knows?
Oh my God, my eyes just went cross-eyed. Stop.
I know. I was like, wow, Ward.
Lola's here. So everything that you said in that map detail, I got positive until you said about the sacred Indian site, and they said no. But it was an ancient sacred site. It's an ancient sacred site. So
extremely powerful. In the video, it mentions the hertz and the vibrations, and it made sense. You know when the room rattled that day? Because you know what word we said? The SS word?
Really?
It makes 100%. It's so close to what's going on there, Grizzy.
Brian wants to know, are you like remote viewing when you do this?
But kind of, but not really. I just kind of tune in, and once I find out who's there, then I kind of tune in with them. Like I ask them first if it's okay if I look around the land and stuff like that, and then it's kind of remote viewing, I guess. But there's a target, but there's no protocol. Like now, there's beginning to be protocol because I'm setting up all of these, like my crime show ones.
Right.
But family-wise was interesting. Yeah, it's beautiful, that painting, Standing Stone. On the first map, 5 families. 5.
And what locations are you using?
Beg your pardon?
What locations are you using?
How do you mean?
Are they in America or?
Yes, they're all in America so far. I don't like to breach the privacy, but you'll probably guess it anyway. Yeah, they're all American so far. I've got an Aussie one I've got to do next week. I've asked permission from the landowners first to do the land in the beginning. So yeah, that's I can give out whose land it is but it depends, like, because you don't want a whole lot of people going around there, But with the families, okay, one's Barb's.
One's mine.
Yep, and Brian won't mind. Okay, so I did Grizzy's first, then I did Brian's, and then I did Barb's. That's why Barb's looks a lot neater, because I'm refining my process as I go along. But family-wise, Grizzy has 5 families. Family 1, there's a mother, a father, and 6 young ones. I treat the young ones as over 1, and the other ones I call babies if they're up to 1 years, up to 1 years old. So you had 6 young ones. You had 3 females and 3 males, no twins. The second family, a mother and a father. These are Bigfoot. The third family, 1 elder. That's all. Then the 4th family, 2 young ones and a mother. So no father with that lot. And then for the family 5, there's only a mum. So I checked that one out, and she turned out to be an elder. And then on Barb's, the family breakdown of this, she's got three sets of families there. Sassies, Barb's got sassies. One mother, family 1, one mother, one father, 3 children, 1 boy, 2 girls. Family 2, 1 female, which was the grandma. Family 3, a mother, father, 2 boys and 2 babies and 4 children, 6 children all up. So then I went down to break that down to figure out what was going on. And Barb's got 2 sets of twins, but one of the family of twins are old, like they're 26 and 28 if we're using human years. And they must be the children of maybe the other elder that's left by themselves. That was really interesting. 2 sets of twins. I found that very interesting. And then on the other family one, we've got footies and sassies, which made that map really messy. But the crystals and the stones on this map were really interesting, and gold on this one. In this family setup, there were 3 families. There's family 1, male, female, 3 girls, young ones. Family 2, 1 female, 2 boys, 4 girls, 3 babies in that one, young ones. On Barb's, one of them's pregnant for next year. Family 3 on this one, there's only 1 elder, and they never had children. Then there was a male and a female elders, no children. And another one where there's a male and a female and no children there. It was tricky. Like, they don't like you to speak about realms. They won't talk to you. They'll speak about dimensions and layers. No realms. They just won't. I can't tune in. As soon as you say that word, they won't. I can't get anything. So I had to change that. And then I tried to find out the communication centers for each of them. I know that's a bit naughty, but it all gels. So far, it is gelling to the
spiral.
Yep. And the PowerPoint at the top. And with the cave systems, it seems they only go in there for comms or I know. They seem to only go in for the comms and then come back out. It doesn't, because I don't like to ask any personal business. I don't ask them where they live, what they do. I don't ask any of that. It's not my business. That's private business. So I only skim about, and no definite questions, because that's private. But that where the stones and the crystals and that are showing up, and then the location of where they are and the variance in hertz, it's pretty interesting. Like this hertz business, I'm going to get there one day.
You will.
I know. I love it. But yeah, it's very interesting. And even to figure out what hertz was in which quadrant. No, not yet, Jean. Can't figure that one out. That's personal. They won't give me their secrets, I know. Twins, 2 lots of twins. I couldn't believe it. And then the other day,
we got that verified on the show by Ian and Robin said they have lots of twins.
Yeah. That blew me out. But that's the mischief I've been up to. So if anyone else wants me to play around, sing out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really interesting.
I definitely want you to have a look at this one here.
Which one?
The land I'm on here.
Oh, your land? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Because and with the negative hertz, like the low hertz are in negative energy areas, and they appear to be an exit as opposed to an entry point.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's really interesting. Once I do quite a few, then I'll have better analysis material, you know?
Yeah. I think you got it pretty much all spot on. I wasn't getting any.
Really?
So that's really, yeah. Yeah.
Barb, I sent you a copy. It's on your email. I sent it just before the wedding.
Yeah. It's pretty much everything you said was pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd love to explain those hertz. And like that really fascinates me because of, you know, Grizzy, you were talking about that different way of seeing, I don't know which show it was, where with the layers, you know, we were talking about the layers. No,
Right.
Lorna. And how if you see them as flat, then if you say you've got a ring, say you've got a circle, and then you've got rings that come out, they call them either dimensions or a different layer. But if it's flat, you're not looking at it like it's up. It more flat. The more rings that go out, the hertz change from low to high. So when you're getting out into the outer dimensions or outer whatevers, hi Penny. This is what interests me. I can't get it out of my head. The negative hertz going to the high hertz. And then if the cameras are facing from a negative low hertz to a high hertz, something's going to click shortly.
Look what Gene says. Well, if the hertz are on the exit, then the energy would be on the other side, right? With the entrance.
Yeah. But the portals are not always close together. Like they can be quite a distance on the property. And usually the highest hertz are on the highest point on the ground. That's why I tried to find the highest point on the land. And then I tried to find the highest energy source, which was different. And then I tried to find what the highest energy source was that the sassies and the footies use. And when you see all three together,
that does my head in.
I just lost the plot then.
Yeah, portals can change sometimes. You end up where you didn't plan to be. At least I have heard that. That is correct, Gene.
Yep. And also, it's only for that moment of time that I'm doing the dowsing. Like this morning on that crime case, I went back through everything, because they could have moved the body since we did our last report, you know? So every time I do one that's got a gap between it, I have to go right back and see have they moved it since the time I did it before. So that, yeah, it's fun. I like doing it, especially when you break down the families.
You got 2 coming up. You got, like I said, I want to reach out after the show to the ones on my friends list and see if we can help her out any. But if she's still watching, you know, it's if there's anything that we don't know, it will come out during the show. So we'll talk on the side and I'll explain how things work if you still want us to help.
Yeah.
But we will provide the service.
That'd be great. And like we're careful with what we say. Like we respect privacy of the person that's passed and the privacy of the people that are here. We're very careful and we won't say certain things live. You know, if there's personal stuff that won't, we have ethics, you know, like we're careful.
But unfortunately, it's that time of the moment where we must call it a show, ladies and gentlemen. I know.
Aww.
But from coast to coast around the world, everybody got to. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, Shirley. Bye, Grizzy. Bye. See you.